YouTube, man? It's your boy Snake, and I'm back here with a banging video, man. And today, as you can see by the title, we have Snake's thoughts, Snake's opinions on the viral internet video, the viral internet clip of DDG's situation as far as custody issues. So, if you haven't seen it, if you are not up to date with this whole situation and everything like that, basically what's happening is DDG is having a hard time getting custody, not in terms of legally, but he's having a hard time getting the time to spend time with his son. He wants to see his son, and his baby mother is not allowing him to. And she's giving him a very, very difficult time to see his son. And when he finally does see his son, she gives him even more difficult time. And she's kicking him out when he goes to see her. He'll drive hours to see her. He'll get there and she'll kick him out, or she won't let him take him. Honestly, it's a whole big situation, and you hate to see it because a lot of kids don't see their fathers. And you can look at statistics. Statistics show a lot of kids grow up fatherless because their fathers may choose not to be in their lives. But this right here is another scenario where the baby mother gives the father a hard time seeing a child. And then the child grows up thinking, oh, my father doesn't love me, my father didn't want me. No, that's not always the case. Sometimes you have situations like this where the father wants to see his child, and the father loves his child, and the father's doing everything to see his child. However, the mother is giving him a hard time. See, one thing I realized is, for some reason, there's no win. You can't win in these type of situations. Why? Let me explain it. Let me break it down. So obviously, there's a lot of specific scenarios. Let me start this off very clear. Let me make this very clear. We only know, as viewers, we only know what we see or what we are told. So obviously, we do not see behind the scenes. Nobody sees behind the scenes. But we know what we can see. And from what we can see, DDG is a very good father. From what we can see, obviously. From his peers, they say he's a very good father. That's from his peers, the people closest to him. From the public, they say he's a very good father, from what they can see. So, a lot of people are saying DDG's a good father. Now, obviously, Halle Bailey is a good mother, too. Now, I'm not saying Halle Bailey, this is no diss to Halle Bailey. However, I'm speaking on the situation at hand. So, unfortunately, for some reason, around the world, you have specific scenarios, but unfortunately around the world, what it seems like is you cannot win when it comes to custody battles as a man. And what I mean by that is you have a deadbeat father who does not want the child, who does not want to be in the child's life. The mother gives him difficulty. Okay, deserved, fine. Then you have the other scenario where you have a father who is obviously and willingly trying to be in his, and he wants to be in his child's life. And the mother is giving him difficulty. Doesn't make sense. Then you have another scenario. You go to court and you have it written, and the mother's still giving the father difficulty. That doesn't make sense. So you're deadbeat, you get difficulty. You are a good father, you want to be in the child's life, you get difficulty. You don't go to court, you get difficulty. You go to court, you get difficulty. You can't win. You can't win. Bro, it doesn't make no sense. But you have DDG, he's financially stable. Halle, financially stable. Okay, cool, both check that off. Then you have, they both have the time. They both are physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially able and capable to take care of this child. They both live in good areas. The child, as you can see from the clips from which the DDG has his child in, you can very much clearly see Halo does not seem uncomfortable. You can see very plainly whether or not a child feels comfortable with their parent or not. Especially at that age where they're 100% innocent and they're going purely off of instinct. She is not being fair when it comes to custody of the child. The child needs the mother just as much as he needs his father at this age. And that is 100% a fact. It takes two to make a kid, guys. It does not take just the mother. Just because the mother carries the baby around 9 months, just because the mother physically pushes the baby out, does not mean that that is her child only. That is not how it works. It takes two to make the child. It takes two to take care of the child. And it takes two to raise the child. It's a statistical fact that boys who grow up with fathers in their lives are more successful than the ones who don't. And that's a statistical fact. You can look it up. However, this is a primary case where a good, loving father who cherishes his child and wants to be in his son's life, of how not all fathers are deadbeats. Sometimes it's the mother who restrains the father's ability to see the child, so much so to the point where it's like, I don't even want a problem with her, so I'm just going to stay away from her, which means, unfortunately, I'm sacrificing the time spent that I'll be able to have spent with my child. And unfortunately, that's a lot of situations. And, you know, it's brought about and it's seen publicly purported as if all fathers don't want to be in the child's life. That's not true. Some fathers do, a lot of fathers do want to be in their child's lives. And obviously you have the deadbeats, but the fathers who do want to be in their child's lives, they're seen as deadbeats because they're not being able to freely and willingly see the child. Since they're both busy, okay, fine. Maybe they're not able to do, okay, you get 3 days, I get 3 days, and then I guess 1 day. I don't know how that would work, but maybe they're not able to split days like that. But maybe you could say, okay, you get 1 week, I get 1 week. You get 1 week, I get 1 week. Maybe that's easier for them because they're so busy with their own lives. Like he said, he has his life, she has her life. So maybe it's difficult to, you know, keep going back and forth every couple of days. But you can be fair, you can be reasonable, and still split custody 50-50 without getting the judge involved. Now, unfortunately, DDG, you're going to have to get the judge involved. You're going to have to go to court because, unfortunately, you have a woman who is, and mind you, she is, from what we can see, she's a good mother. And she obviously very, very deeply cares for her child. But she's not the only parent. He is too. So, unfortunately, DDG, you're going to have to go to court and you're going to have to fight for custody. The court system in the U.S., especially when it comes to stuff like this, is not in favor of the man. It's always in favor of the woman. So unfortunately, I really, really, really hope he's able to get his split custody that he wants. But a lot of men hesitate to go to court when it comes to custody of their child because the court is a lot of the times in favor of the mother. Unfortunately, you might have to go to custody. Hopefully they can figure it out. Halle and DDG, hopefully they can figure it out where they can split 50-50 custody. Unfortunately, this is a problem in a lot of households where the parents are not together. And, you know, that's why me personally, I always believe in the traditional father, mother together, have a kid, and you become a family. Because when you have families in this type of situation, now you have problems like this. And it's obviously straining and stressful on the parent, but it's also, in the future, if this continues to go on, it's also going to be stressful and it's going to be a burden on the child as well. And the child is 100% innocent. The child's always innocent. So Halo don't deserve this and DDG don't deserve this. And man, hopefully they can figure that out. Hopefully DDG can get the custody that he wants and he deserves because he wants to be in his child's life. And any parent who wants to be in their child's life, obviously the parents should. They have an obligation, responsibility to be in the child's life. But when stuff like this goes on, you know, it can strain the parent's relationship with the child, and you know that's not deserved. So, like I said, hopefully DDG and Halle can work something out behind the scenes where they don't have to turn it into this whole public bashing or this whole internet bashing. But hopefully they can figure out something, work on it behind the scenes, and DDG can get the custody that he wants and deserves, and she can get the custody that she wants and deserves, and you know that'll be in benefit of him, her, and the child. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on the matter, man. Hopefully everything works out. Hopefully everything goes good. And I'll see y'all boys in the next one, man. Peace!